Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you back to the NFC Free Agency 2022 recap presented by the FLOOG, the Fantasy League of Ordinary Gentlemen. I assemble once again the Flug.
Recap, no cap.
Recap, no cap.
Hey, Dan, let me ask you something. You're young enough. Do you ever say that's cap or no cap?
Yeah, I do.
You do? How do you say it?
No cap.
Yeah, like, I mean, like,
If someone's blind,
you'd be like, that's cap.
yeah, that's total cap.
I'm gonna start. I'm working to send them that.
I feel almost too old to say it. I'm 31. And I almost feel
you're way too old to say that shit. All right, give it back to the commission. That's fucking cap. You're cap.
For the record, I've never heard of it. I've never heard of such a thing.
You haven't? Oh shit.
Pop a cap in that ass. Snoop a loop. Guys, it's three of us tonight. We are here on a Friday night, super stoked. It is. I mean, I guess we're late to the race, but rather late than never. I mean, you wanna record a pod about free agency to sum it all up, but then it's like it was banger after banger, and it. There was one trade this week with the Eagles and the Saints that's still this week. It wasn't really players, but it's like first round picks, which is a big deal, So
was it first? It was like 17 picks that got exchanged.
Yes, yeah. So it's just it was. It's great because it's a lot of news. It's a lot to talk about. Kind of reason why we split up the pods into the AFC and the NFC. So shout out to Ty and Gary for knocking out that AFC podcast for us. So you'll be able to hear that as long as this one coming out ASAP.
Plus, we don't want to podcast with that son of a bitch, Gary.
Oh.
Ow.
Yeah, shots fired. So let's go around the Zoom real quick to I'm not even looking at the Zoom right now. Found on Twitter at Cheers Here's Beers. It's such a great Twitter name. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Shane Gardner.
Yo, guess what? I'm locked out of it. I can't even get access to it anymore.
What happened?
It was a good name. Well, I don't know. Tony still has access to it somehow on her phone. I think she did something. She doxed me. Is that a thing? I don't know. She did something.
That's cat.
Yeah, that's fucking cap right there, bro. She did something where I can't even log in anymore. I think I keep getting them mixed up. Cheers, Here's Beers, or at a fantasy hack. I don't know, but I can't log into it anymore. But yeah, that's where I'm found. Holla.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm fucking great. I'm fucking glad to be podcasting with you boys. Ate a little bit of pizza earlier. Drinking a little bit of can we say this already? I'm drinking a little bit of soda water, vodka soda.
That's very healthy of you.
Yeah, it is. It's like what you do when you're trying to get a buzz, but you're trying to stay lean. I just don't like beer anymore.
Lean mean drinking machine.
There you go. And you know what? Underneath of me, we got a man who I'm going to be making a live trade on the podcast with tonight. Let's go. Found in my phone as Dynasty Dan. He woke up to 75 text messages today. Group chat. What up, Dan?
About bullshit trade offers.
No, come on.
It aren't even going to happen.
Dan, what's your handle on Twitter?
D Webster 341.
Yeah, boy.
And we played the pod with y'all too. It's been a while. Can't remember the last one we did.
The last it's been a month since we did whatever we did.
This makes me sad.
It was our first pod of the year, and Dan was on. But I think we said it before. Dan's got a new work schedule since last year, I think. So we get Dan on the weekend, so it's a good thing. We can I like it. I can drink more, and then and I get to spend more time with Dan. So
yeah, Thursday night sucks because you got work the next morning.
Yes.
Friday night we can do whatever.
Dan's not even like, what is that? Do you get a lunch break?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, we need to if we do a
like a 30-minute.
if we do like a NFL mock and the Ravens go on the clock, we'll have to schedule that around your lunch break. So
Ooh. Dude, he gets a lunch break. I'm trying to look at my phone. I was on FaceTime with Dan after lunchtime today, so he gets a lunch break. It's just when he wakes up.
No, I get up I don't work on Fridays, so I just work Monday through Thursday.
No, that's good. You work 4/10s?
Yeah, sometimes a little bit more than 10. So a little overtime there. It's nice.
Okay.
yeah,
Right.
that's what's up. That's what's up. Dan, what is that beer that you had? It
is a Steady Eddie from Union Brew Co. I think it's Baltimore based, but it's got the Orioles legend Eddie Murray on it.
opening day, starting the year off with a big old L.
Yeah, right.
So
He used to that.
in classic Orioles fashion.
All right, this is not a shot. This is an honest, ignorant question. I thought there was only one Orioles legend.
Cal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Brooks.
there's multiple. Yeah, Brooks Robinson's one.
All right.
Frank Robinson.
Mhm.
Eddie Murray.
These are deep cuts. Aren't they?
Yeah, but I mean, our age group, Cal's the only one that, a casual baseball fan would know.
I am
Back in
less
the
than a casual baseball fan. I am very underqualified, so
I mean, I haven't watched. Yeah, don't tell Ty.
I
What?
won't. Ty's at a hockey game right now. So
He's in Florida. He went to Hornets game last night, and now he's at a Florida Panthers game.
dude, my man is like aspiring to be a beat writer for every sport or something. Like Ty is on it. Ty is on the sports schedule. God damn, that boy gets nice.
He'll be at a disc golf tournament tomorrow night, or
Are you fucking lying to me?
yes.
Okay. I was gonna say I might meet his ass, dude. Holy shit.
He'll be at wait till the XFL starts, or no, USFL. He'll be there.
Is that the one with the Rock?
Yeah, but the
have a team?
USFL starts next weekend.
We got a team in Richmond?
No. Just the Squirrels.
Just the Squirrels, baby.
Just the Squirrels. Guys, you can find me on Twitter at jhicks804. Find all of us on Twitter at @theflug_ff. Check out the website, www.theflug.com. That's we're on Spotify, Podbean, iTunes. We're all on there. Please hit subscribe. And let's get into it, guys.
Hold up. First off, what are you drinking, Josh?
I am drinking in honor of Virginia Beer Company's 6th anniversary weekend. The GOAT, the Freeverse.
Play Freeverse.
Yes, play Freeverse. Play Freeverse. Is the IPA. It's great. It's probably my favorite beer, and I'm very
You're
biased.
supposed to be going there this weekend, right?
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, things fell
whatever.
through. Next year.
Yeah.
I've been saying that for 5 more years, but so hey, I blame COVID. Like we blame COVID for a lot of things, unfortunately.
I blame it for my small dick. COVID.
Well, you know.
What you got to say about that, Joshua?
Well, you know.
You're like, damn, that's a good excuse. I never thought of that one.
Dude, if I was like, if you're a single guy and like you're, hooking up with a chick,
Hey, COVID
COVID
will do a wreck on your groin.
and suck the life out of me.
I had a fierce battle, baby. The fact that something's still there, I mean, you don't know how hard I fought.
A drain on the membrane.
Amen, bro. Amen.
All right, let's I'm gonna run down. We'll start with the NFC East. I'm gonna run down just everything that happened by all 4 teams. If I miss something, let me know, and then we're just gonna we'll just jump into it, see how it goes, right?
Right.
Like a cold pool in April.
There we go. That's like the COVID. You can blame cold pool and COVID. 2 ways, 2 reasons.
Starting with the Cowboys, added wide receiver James Washington, re-signed wide receiver Michael Gallup, traded away wide receiver Amari Cooper to the Browns. Not super fantasy relevant, but they lost a few O-linemen, starting with Lyle Collins, who went to the Bengals. So we're gonna go to the Giants. The Giants lost Evan Ingram.
The other thing I wanted to say about the Cowboys real quick. So Cedric Wilson didn't re-sign, and now all of a sudden everybody's calling him Ced Wilson. Like how did he just pick up a sweet nickname? Like he was all right last year. He just compiled a bunch of yards because there was nobody else healthy for a lot of time. But Cedric Wilson, he wasn't very good, right?
He was clutch, but he wasn't like he was more of like a good NFL player than a fantasy, you know?
Ced Wilson is a sweet nickname.
Mm.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're wrong. All right. That's really what I wanted. That was really my big chunk on the Cowboys. Sorry, go ahead.
I actually like how his name is actually like Cedric with the like CK ending instead of just like the regular C that you see with Cedric. I don't know.
I didn't know that's how you normally spell it.
I was just looking at him earlier today. Thinking about dropping him.
Ced Wilson?
Yeah.
Man, I think you ought to not.
I think you ought to like he dropped his letters in his name. You just drop him.
Somebody, I mean, he got a pretty decent contract, didn't he?
Yeah, but then Tyreek Hill landed there too.
Yeah.
And there's also Jalen Waddle and Mike Gesicki in there too.
Mm-hmm.
And Roy Raheem. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, let me run through the division, then we'll hit everything.
Okay.
Giants lost Evan Ingram in free agency. Not any huge names that they added. They added Ricky Seals-Jones, Tyrod as a backup, and former 49ers wide receiver Richie James. Eagles, the only thing I really got was they added Zach Pascal. They did that trade, like I mentioned earlier, switching around some first rounders, getting another first rounder for next year. And then Washington, I mean, we talked about this in our very first pod, but adding Carson Wentz via trade. So we can I guess let's back up to the Cowboys, guys. So Amari's gone. I mean, that was their number one. All in on CD, you guys. I mean, Gallup was injured a lot, but he's gonna be the number 2 now, where he was the 3, you know. And you have
Is he gonna be available by season start though?
As far as I know.
No, I don't think we know that for sure.
Okay.
I can see them drafting a wide receiver again. I could see them drafting another one, like, you know, around 3 or 4, which is where my non-expertise opinion thinks this class is pretty deep. I think they've got a lot of guys there, you know, and I could see them drafting a wide receiver round 3 or something like that. What do you think, Josh? You're pretty heavily invested in CD Lamb.
I'm definitely very excited. I mean, so Michael Gallup only played 9 games last year.
Pretty good.
Yeah, and I think CD played a lot in the slot last year, where I think he's going to obviously move. James Washington coming in, I think again he's more of a NFL player than a fantasy player. Could maybe go in and you know, spot weeks by weeks if there's injuries. They also hit Dalton Schultz with the franchise tag, a guy who, I mean, he had over 100 targets last year, guys.
Yeah.
So which is great. I mean, I think definitely he's easily in tight end 1 territory.
Oh yeah.
But to pivot back to the wide receiver, CD got 120 targets last year. Could he get more? I mean, maybe. Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
You know, James Washington is somebody that I really liked when he came out of the draft. I feel like before the Steelers kind of ruined him. You know, he was kind of wide receiver number 4 there, and they were kind of trying to make it work. And then they got Claypool, and Claypool was pretty sweet, you know, his rookie year. So Washington's never really gotten to do much, but I could see Washington really getting a bump in fantasy value and dynasty value, because in fantasy, he's going to be off the radar, let's be honest.
To jump onto that, every time he seemed to get an opportunity, though, he was making like plays when it happened.
And he's yards after the catch. Like he looks like to me, he kind of looks like he's built like a running back, almost like a Deebo Samuel. He's not the shifty guy that Deebo Samuel is, but he's got that kind of more compact, you know, just elusive after catch type of guy. And I don't know. We'll see. It's a copycat league, so maybe they'll want to try to do something like that with James Washington. And that's kind of more like what he was in college.
I don't see him breaking 100 targets because I see him flirt with 80. I think that's definitely in the realm.
Sure.
Gallup. So Amari leaving frees up 104 targets. Cedric Wilson leaving frees up 61 targets. So, I mean, you split that in half, that's 80 right there.
Yeah.
So say 8, and then Gallup only played 9 games. He had 62 targets. So I think that not easily, he flirts with 100. He's over 80, in my opinion, easily flirting with 100 targets.
Gallup.
So Dan, what do you think? What happens with Zeke and Tony Pollard this year? Does Pollard continue to take more and more of the workload?
I think it's hard to say because Zeke was injured for some of it. You could just tell he looks like slow last year.
Yep.
But
Slappy.
But also that's what happens at Zeke's starting to get a little bit older, some wear on the tires. So I could definitely see Pollard. Me personally, I'm hoping that Pollard is probably just biased because I have him on my dynasty team. But I'm hoping that he becomes the one there. He looks good in spurts.
Yep, absolutely.
There's a lot. The mouth to feed situation is, it's definitely there in Dallas. Easy.
Yeah.
Easy. Let's jump to the Giants. Again, not a whole lot. They lost Evan Ingram. Ricky Seals-Jones is the tight end 1 right now in New York, which is nothing to get excited about. Maybe something they address in the draft. Again, adding not any fantasy relevant guys. Unless you guys want to throw anything in there, I'm.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's talk for a second about Kedarius Tony. He was the most exciting player. There was a 2-week period where he was the most exciting player, if you ask me, in Dynasty last year. And then he got injured, and it just completely stopped. And all the hype behind him is gone. What do you think could happen with Kedarius Tony if he enters the season healthy? With Brian Dabel, a much better play caller, a much better just executor of the offense. This team, sure, they didn't add a lot, but, I mean, they got a tremendous monkey off their back. Getting rid of old, what's his name?
Jason Garrett?
Joe Judge.
Yeah, Jason Garrett. And I think they're both gone, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
So we got Brian Dabel now, who is calling plays. He's responsible. A lot of people give him credit for turning Josh Allen's career around and making the Bills such an offensive threat that they are. So, yeah, Josh, you're right. They didn't bring anybody in, but they've got the building blocks. If you ask me, Galladay's he's all but left for dead after he was great in Detroit. Kadarius Toney, I mean, he turned into a ghost. He looked amazing, and then he just turned into a ghost. Ingram's gone. I mean, the Giants fans were not going to give Ingram another year. I see some hope here. I mean, I see things that could happen. What if you revive Saquon Barkley's career?
That has to be the goal. Sorry.
Yeah. I think a big thing, too, is they added a couple of offensive linemen, like John Feliciano from the Bills. They got Mark Lewinsky from the Colts. And they added Andrew Thomas, who was a guy at, I forget where. No, maybe I'm getting confused with Andrew Norwell. I think I'm getting confused. But they added those 2 guys to the right side of the line and a center. So I think that definitely helps Daniel Jones as well as Saquon too.
Yeah.
Andrew Thomas, I think didn't they draft him?
Maybe they did. I think I was thinking
2020 first round pick. He was number 4 overall in 2020.
Okay.
He was that safe bet they made.
Offensive line's looking good over there. Like last year, I know it was just from talking to Giants fans, I know that was part of the problem last year.
For years, yeah, it's been multiple years. It's been terrible. Bust, multiple busts in the first round.
I forgot to mention. Okay, so they added Matt Breida at running back, who right now I guess he would be their number 2.
And he played with Dabel last year.
Yep. There you go.
I know we're not a betting podcast, but Saquon Barkley to lead the league in rushing is tremendous odds. I'll try to find out as we continue on. Josh, you got me on this. You got me itching now.
I sucked you in.
Yeah, you sucked me right in, dude. I'm gonna spend a lot of money betting, I think.
Suck them off.
Suck me sideways.
I like the no. I mean, I don't think this is a playoff team, but I mean they have 2 picks in the top 10.
Yeah.
So definitely could have. I mean, this draft there's some wide receivers which I am excited about, but it's definitely a lot of O linemen, D linemen. So I think they could have. I mean, yeah, could they pad the O line better? Yes, definitely. I think they'll go O line with one of those first picks, and then
I
the
think
second.
they have 2 in the top 10, and a lot of people have Thibodeau sliding all the way down to them.
Okay.
The pass rusher that I want the Lions to get at pick 2. We shall see.
I like that, and I think they could go after one of the top 2 corners or the safety, Hamilton.
Kyle Hamilton, man, I wouldn't mind the Lions getting him either.
I was going to ask. I've been meaning to ask you about that.
I'd be fine with that.
So let's jump Eagle again. Anything else on the Giants, guys? It's not too much. Not too much. Another team, not too much, guys. The Eagles. Again, the only thing I really had is they added Zach Pascal from the Colts.
Who, real quick, I'll just say, I don't think he's bad.
I don't think. He's another. I mean, I'm running this in the ground already, but I think he's one of the more. He's better for NFL than he is for fantasy.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I want to take away from like free agency is that Jalen Hurts is not touchable. I feel like I know you guys are always in the chat talking up Gardner Minshew. but I think Jalen Hurts is legit. I really do think he's legit. Sorry, that's the sentence right there. And I think them not doing any they want to build continuity with like Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert. Right now, I just did a underdog draft and I got Dallas Goedert pretty late as like a tight end 7. And I was pretty happy with that. I think I got him in like the 7th round. But I'm looking at this team. I like some I think there's gonna be discounts in this team again for fantasy purposes.
Well, so one of the things that I've been saying, and I really think they were so strange, the Eagles, with how they handled their running backs last year. I drafted Kenny Gainwell, and anybody who had Miles Sanders obviously felt the same way. Anybody who had Boston Scott was very happy with this, but the Eagles were not confident in either Gainwell or Miles Sanders to carry the complete workload. When Sanders wasn't hurt, he wasn't an RB1. When Sanders was hurt, Gainwell didn't just step in. They wanted him to still be supplemental. This is a team where I could really see somebody like Kenneth Walker going. I think that would be a pretty good use of their pick, actually. Like somebody who just can, one of these pounded running backs. I don't know if that's where you're trying to go, Josh, but I could see that happening.
I think the Eagles were the most rushing team in the NFL.
Yeah, that's right.
Wasn't the Ravens? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Just because of Lamar was injured there, but yeah. There's so many comparisons from Lamar. Sorry, I'm not a Ravens fan, but there's so many comparisons from Jalen Hurts to Lamar, and like I like Lamar obviously, but I think Jalen Hurts is a solid comparison to him. I think he's good enough.
Ugh, I'm not trying to be negative, but I think he fucking sucks. I think he's dog shit, man. I think he sucks so bad. But he's good for fantasy, and he's been good enough to keep his job, and I can't argue with your logic, Dan. I just, if they wanted my take, they don't. But if they wanted my take, I think he sucks.
So you're saying you have Minshew?
No,
So,
no, I'm not saying that, and I'm saying that Hurts has been good, and he manages somehow. You watch these Eagles games, and he looks terrible for the first 3 quarters, and then somehow they're still in the game, and then Hurts will come back at the end of the game, but he just looks so bad to me. I think it's just that I guess I chimed in because you're dissing Lamar would be my point. I think Lamar is so much better.
yeah, I will. Yeah, I agree. But I also think that Jalen Hurts didn't really. What do you have, like 3 games started in his freshman or rookie year, and then last year is basically his rookie year. So I think we need to account for that too.
That's a good point.
Not hate on him as much because like he's still learning. Just like Trevor Lawrence was terrible last year.
True.
And he was an overall pick, the number 1 overall pick. But yeah, I think Jalen Hurts, like the continuity will be good for him. Just like being the same offense coordinator, having Goddard there, having Devontae Smith, just be comfortable. So I think he'll be even better next year.
I'm with you, and especially if they go wide receiver in the draft, they have 2 first-rounders right now.
Whew.
I don't see them taking another wide receiver in the first round again.
I don't either. But
they took Jalen Reagor, and then they took Devontae Smith last year, like back-to-back years.
The smart thing would be if Reagor sucks, the smart thing would just be you just cut the rope and just figuratively.
Yeah.
If you got to anchor down, you just cut it loose and just let it go. But I think teams and people have a hard time doing that.
Reagor sucks, but they made dividends because Go Dirt was so good.
Was Watkins, baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of hype behind him.
Is it crazy? So Miles Sanders had 0 rushing touchdowns last year.
That's crazy. Yes, that's crazy. I got to grab my Charger boys. Spare back.
Regression's probably hitting him unless they hit like another RB in the draft. Like I would love to see Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker to go there, but Kenneth Walker probably be a good fit because he doesn't really catch passes.
I like that. Let's jump to Washington again. We talked about this when we did our very first pod. The Carson Wentz trade.
They get back for that?
They got a third.
The Colts have 5 years of 5 different quarterbacks, which is crazy.
After they had Peyton, and then it's pretty wild. This doesn't. I don't know. Doesn't do anything for me. It just really doesn't. I don't know.
They got Andrew Norwell, it looks like. For the offensive line, they still got Antonio Gibson. Yeah, not much going on here.
They lost Brandon Scherf to the Jags.
That's right.
Probably their best O lineman.
And they lost Moses, or was he on the Jets last year?
He was on the Jets, and then he went to the Ravens.
Yep.
He started with Washington.
Okay.
So
they do have Curtis Samuel coming this year. Hopefully, he'll be healthy this year.
You and I are the only people on the podcast that like Curtis Samuel.
Dude, he's good. That last year at Carolina showed me something. Like he can handle RB touches and he can catch the ball. Like as long as they have someone like designing him good play calls.
Which was his old coach in Carolina when he did good.
Yeah. So, I don't think he was healthy at all last year. So I just want him to get healthy.
I'm with you. Does the Carson Wentz move the needle for you on Terry McLaurin at all?
Not really. I think Terry McLaurin's a great wide receiver. He's kind of like stuck in Allen Robinson, Jaguar days phase right now.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you. This isn't. And again, we'll get to it when we do our NFL mock draft pod. But another team rumored to go wide receiver in the first.
You know what pick they have? I don't have it in front of me.
It is number 11.
Nice. Yeah, they should definitely get a wide receiver there. What do you think about Garrett Wilson going there?
Definitely. I mean, that's an Ohio State collect.
3 Ohio State wide receivers.
Yeah. Yep. Bunch of Buckeyes. So that's definitely an option for me. But another, I mean,
And then on top of that, draft CJ Stroud next year. And then we
yeah.
got the whole Ohio State. All right, I'm just
No, I'm with you. I definitely think wide receiver is an option for the Commanders at number 11. Again, I definitely think that the secondary is something that needs to be addressed too on that team. So one of those two.
I wish we had Morg here to talk about this because he knows more about the Washington.
Morgus, I talked to him today. He is still sounding sick. Sorry.
Yes. Yeah. So get better, Morg. That Shane, unless you got anything else you want to talk about.
Hey, is it crazy for them to take a quarterback?
Washington?
Yeah.
No.
Not crazy.
Right.
We were just talking about this. What did they got? Garrett Wilson at 11.
Yeah.
And then they got CJ Stroud next year. And they have like 4 Ohio State players.
That'd be pretty crazy.
Samuel McLaurin, CJ Stroud, and Garrett Wilson. That'd be cool.
Dan, what if Olave is better than Garrett Wilson?
I mean, or even Olave. Yeah, I'm not going to debate this right now because
it's neither the time nor the place.
We'll see after the draft where they land, but I think they're both good wide receivers.
Yeah.
Let's get out of the East.
Get out of the East, bro. Let's fucking go do the Louisiana Purchase.
My next page is the West, if that's okay. Let me run down all the teams real quick, and again we'll dive into it. Start with the Cardinals. They re-signed Zach Ertz to a 3-year extension. They re-signed James Conner to a 3-year extension. Lost Chase Edmonds in free agency to Miami. They lost Christian Kirk in free agency to Jacksonville. The Rams signed Allen Robinson, huge. And with the corresponding move, traded away Robert Woods to Tennessee. The 49ers, not too much, guys. Re-signed Jeff Wilson to a 1-year deal when letting Raheem Mostert follow his former offensive coordinator to Miami, where he is now the head coach. The biggest thing in the NFC West, we talked about this on our pod last month, Russell Wilson getting traded away to Denver. With that said, in the trade, they got a bunch of picks. They also added Noah Fant and Drew Lock. And the last thing I have for that is that they re-signed Penny, which was, finished the end of the season last year on holy shit fire. So
fair.
There it is. Let's start with the Cardinals, guys. Any thoughts? Initial thoughts on that?
Hold on. I just got Penny last night in the 12th round of an underdog draft. I'm pretty fucking sick about that.
Nice.
That's pretty good.
All right, sorry. Cardinals.
Nice. Yeah, so right now they don't really have like a number 2 running back. I have read, just based on my Chiefs stuff, that former Chiefs running back Darrell Williams, who I'm a fan of. He had 1,000 yards last year, all purpose. He's visited Arizona, which I think he would make a nice compliment to Conner, like a really good 1-2 combo. But right now, you guys, James Conner, a lot of people wrote him off, and he came around and he crushed last year, guys. He had, was it 18 touchdowns?
I thought it was 26.
15 rushing and 3 receiving, so 18 total.
Yeah, that's wild.
You're forgetting about Eno Benjamin, aren't you?
I am.
Benjamin's still there, right?
Yeah. Is that a cut?
He's been there. Yeah, he's been there for a while. Hasn't done much.
No, he's been there. He was a rookie last year.
He was? Okay.
Out of Arizona State. He's a beast. He's a little bit smaller. He's like Chase. What's his name? The guy that just moved to
Chase Edmonds.
Chase Edmonds, yeah. He's a lot like him, actually. And I think he could be.
Yeah, there's a lot to see with what happens with this team.
He's a good pass catcher. I think Eno Benjamin is a little bit underrated. A lot bit underrated, actually.
So this was a team, the Cardinals, but they started off like super duper hot and then fell to shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was they lived and died with Kyler, I think is what happened there. And it's time for them to. They've got Kyler in his prime, but they've got to reload at the wide receiver position. I think they need to reload at the running back position, although they just signed Connor and Dan Lovzino. But I think it needs. I mean, I think the offense, they're like basically in win now mode, but I don't know, man. The Cardinals are a hard team to figure out, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
I think they need to bolster up the offensive line. They have a pretty bad offensive line over there.
Yeah, I mean that'd be a good thing to address. Yeah,
I think the skill players are really good. DeAndre Hopkins, Rondale Moore. It's DeAndre. He's gonna be healthy by season start, I think.
I don't know. I mean, he missed some time last year, and I mean that's the thing. I haven't been hearing really anything about DeAndre Hopkins. Like, what is going on with him?
Yeah, well, he's approaching like age 30 season, I think.
Yeah, sometimes no news is good news, guys. You got to think about it like
that's
that.
True.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
I also like Antoine Wesley coming out of college from I think Texas Tech. I played a little bit of college fantasy, and like I had him. He was going nuts like every game. Like he scored 2 touchdowns. I mean, a lot of people in college score like 2 touchdowns, 150 yards, but he was doing it like every week. I think this guy's a beast, actually. I had him at one point. I think I dropped him. I don't know who has him now in our league, but I think he's underrated. And Rondale Moore is a fucking stud.
I agree with you. I think he's just waiting to happen.
Yeah.
I keep trying to trade Hicks for him, but he won't let me have him.
In due time. Yeah, guys. I mean, I don't know. I do think like you guys hit the nail on the head. Hopkins is under the radar this offseason. Guys, he is a highlight reel when he's healthy.
Okay.
So just to watch him is just, he's amazing to watch. So hopefully he comes back. AJ Green had 92 targets last year, guys. That's insane from going to obscurity in Cincinnati, Christian Kirk leaving frees up 100 targets. So, Dan, I kind of like what you're saying with Wesley. I like what you're saying with Rondale Moore. An uptick in targets to those guys. Could they go wide receiver somewhere in the draft? I don't see why not.
I mean, they fucking do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the Cardinals. I hate Steve Keim. I just don't like him. I don't know. I think he makes stupid decisions. But they got Zach Ertz still. Did we say that too?
Yeah. 3-year extension.
Yeah. I mean, I love the skill positions that they have out there. I just think the offensive line is garbage.
In not Christian Kirk. Where am I? Kyler Murray, his offseason has been very high school drama-esque. Very bashing people, and then he's like, "Oh, honey, I'm good," and then he's not.
For a couple days. Yeah,
and he's not, and then
he deleted the Cardinals off his Instagram or something. I keep seeing people do that stuff.
What's his beef? I don't understand what his beef is.
It's just extension talk. He wants to just get extension early. And then what was I seeing? I think Debo did that too, this past week.
Yeah, he did that yesterday, I think.
Mm-hmm. Let's move on. Let's move on to Super Bowl champs, guys.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do it.
Let's go. Guys, we thought Allen Robinson was the next Andre Johnson. Great wide receiver. Has always had a par at best quarterback. And now he goes to the Super Bowl champions and paired with Stafford.
Back in the league.
Dude, paired with Stafford. Wheels up. Odell is still a free agent. He hasn't signed with anybody. Bob Woods is gone. I mean, this is just, I don't know. If you loved Allen Robinson, you have to love him extraordinarily amount more.
Dude, and Stafford is going to throw him the type of catch, the type of pass that he excels at. like, I don't want to say contested catch balls, but he's going to throw him. Like, it wouldn't shock me if Allen Robinson shows us that he had some DeAndre Hopkins in him. You know what I mean? Like some crazy sideline toe taps, but it's going to be a good year for Allen Robinson.
Yeah, how cool is it that he actually has a good quarterback to throwing the ball finally?
That's right.
I'm so excited for this.
It's going to be great. And here's the thing, man. I could really see them taking a running back if Cam Akers isn't right. And they'll test him. I could really see them taking one of these good running backs. And that would be a phenomenal spot.
I actually like Cam Akers though, so I don't know.
I like Cam Akers too a lot. But let's just say he's not right. Let's just say Achilles has always been a death sentence. It has been. Before last year when Cam Akers came back. Like everybody always said it. It was always the thing. It was a prescription. If you hurt your Achilles, you're not the same guy. Let's just say Cam Akers isn't the same guy and they happen to see it in the offseason. Let's just say they get somebody. I mean, fuck it. Let's just say they get Breece Hall. What happens if the Rams get Breece Hall?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I wouldn't like that for Breece Hall or Cam Akers. They're canceling each other out.
You wouldn't like it because you like Cam Akers, but Breece Hall would be. Oh man! Okay,
that'd be terrible. That'd be a waste of a pick.
I guess you're bringing me back down to earth, but yeah, all right.
It's there. I mean, I'm with you about the Cam not being 100%. I mean, he came back and he played in the playoffs, and he looked. I mean, I think he looked all right, but I mean, a whole offseason. Darrell Henderson's still there. Sony's gone.
Sony sucks.
But wasn't he playing against the Bucs though when he got like 40 yards or something? It wasn't good, but it was against the Bucs. It was a good defense.
Dan, I 100% agree with you. I don't think Cam looked as bad as people even say.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, what if they did?
And the Bengals D is underrated too, and I think he did pretty poorly during the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. But they really didn't need him because they lit up Eli Apple.
Yeah.
Staff God did his thing, man.
Yeah. Let's jump back to receiving real quick. Cooper Kupp, 191 targets last year.
Oh my.
Fuck me.
And 191 targets. Robert Woods, he was hurt last year. Him leaving, he had 69 targets. Odell played 8 games, had 48 targets. So that's 100 targets there. You bring Cooper Kupp back down to earth. I don't know, 150 targets, 130 targets.
Sure. Van Jefferson grew last year.
He had 89 targets and Higbee had 85.
This is like the problem with too many mouths to feed next year. Unless someone gets injured, then I could see someone have a good year. But like, unless that happens, like it's tough to figure out right now.
Yeah.
I definitely have Allen Robinson getting 100.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, I mean, that's not that hard.
No.
I think Higbee's coming off a MCL injury too.
He missed the Super Bowl. I felt bad for him. He played all year and then missed the Super Bowl.
Still got the dub. Still got the ring.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So, and then Andrew Whitworth obviously retired. Good for him. So maybe a spot on the O-line that needs to be addressed. Von Miller left. I mean, we're kind of going off.
Yeah, they still got Bobby Wagner though too.
Yeah.
That's the point.
So let's go to the 49ers. Not much to talk about. Like I said, Jeff Wilson 1-year extension. Mostert is gone.
Still got Mitchell. Still got Gary's boy.
Trey
Sermon.
They can just draft a running back in the 7th round and they'll be good. Running backs there.
Water is wet and the 49ers draft a running back. I mean, you can't. Nothing to knock,
No, it works. It works.
So, yeah, nothing. Michael Hasty re-signed as well. But Yeah, nothing much. Anything you guys want to throw in there real quick?
Well, I mean, the Debo thing, Debo Samuel, and if somehow he doesn't re-sign there, which I don't see happening, it would be a pretty good bump for Brandon Ayuk.
Yes.
You think about Ayuk even if Debo plays.
Wide receiver 2.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You
I'm with
think
you. But
Kittle kind of disappointing last year.
missed a couple games. Something we need to that hasn't been talked about, I don't think enough, is this offense could look totally different with Trey Lance. Totally different.
That's a good point.
Because he's gonna run, So Elijah Mitchell, he's a running back. He's gonna run, But Debo, 59 rushing attempts. He had all that gadget stuff. I think that could knock down some of his fantasy appeal.
This team is so scary to really bet heavily on one player, because I feel like it changes. The team is good, but the way that it works, George Kittle is an amazing tight end, but he doesn't have the greatest fantasy numbers. You know what I mean? They traded up to get Trey Sermon, and he wasn't the guy. Brandon Ayuk 2 years ago at the end of the season looked like he was really coming on. And then this year it was Debo who was the guy. This team just scares me. They're going to be good. Multiple people on their offense will be great. It's just, I don't know. I'm not. It's a puzzle,
100%. And I think, going with Trey Lance, you're rearranging everything.
Yeah.
But and they have a new offense. They're going to have a new offensive coordinator because obviously theirs is left to go to Miami. So,
but I think Kyle Shanahan runs that offense pretty much.
Yeah, you're right. He's a placeholder. We can be the offensive coordinator. Go hold a clipboard. Let's go to Seattle, guys. The Russell Wilson trade. So right now their quarterback is Drew Lock, which is gross.
Or Geno Smith.
Yeah, or Geno. Noah Fant. I guess their tight end last year was Gerald Everett. Now their tight end is Noah Fant. I don't know. This seems like a full rebuild. They have the number 9 pick. A lot of mocks have them taking Malik Willis if he falls there. If not another quarterback.
Or them trading up.
Yeah.
I can see the Seahawks trading up because they've met with them a couple times, I think.
I could see them not even needing to.
Yeah, true. This quarterback class is so weak.
I have no idea what to think about the Seahawks. I do think that there will be a trade with one of their wide receivers. I really thought it was going to be. I really thought at one point that Tyler Lockett was going to move to Kansas City. Obviously, that hasn't happened. That I feel like that still could. But the longer it goes, the longer these receivers that are already in the league are losing value because a lot of these rookies, I think, look really good.
A lot of guys are saying there could be some more draft night trades, like not swapping picks and like the usual.
Yeah,
but players
for picks,
or more of the craziness that we've expected this 2022 NFL offseason.
Great.
Fantasy football has made its way over to the NFL.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
So, Shane, I know you have shares of DK in fantasy.
Yeah.
Where are you guys at on Lockett and DK essentially?
I mean, DK is far superior to Lockett in my opinion, but he's hurt by Russ being gone. But Russ wasn't throwing to him that much last year, to be honest.
I'm with you.
He had the skill. They were a great match. It just wasn't happening very often. It's like once you get years into your marriage, you know that you love fucking your wife, but it just doesn't happen as often as it used to. That was like Russell Wilson and DK. They were a great connection. It just wasn't happening very often. They were throwing it. He was sitting there throwing it to Gerald Everett. You know, Gerald Everett was the Seahawks version of laying up in your bed, masturbating at night.
Oh my God.
Is that a comparison that's been made before?
No, but
Well done.
go back to that well more often.
Yeah. What if the Seahawks sign Colin Kaepernick? Because he's been having workouts with Tyler Lockett, and Seahawks have met with him, and he had like a pro day over at Michigan University the other day, and Seahawks were there for it.
I mean,
I feel like all the ratings on the wall for him to be in Seattle next year.
What's it going to hurt?
Was all right when he stepped in for Russ, and in my recollection, I could be wrong, but I thought I remembered Gino being pretty decent. It was a game or two that he played for Russ.
Gino was terrible.
Was he?
Yeah, he was terrible, dude. He had that one Monday night game or Sunday night game. It was like it might have even been a Thursday night game, but it was one where everybody was watching it. And he threw the pick at the end of the game. I mean, it wasn't his fault because I think DK or Tyler Lockett fell down. But he still, the whole game, he looked bad.
Yeah.
Even up until that point.
Maybe I'm misremembering.
Guys, let's get out of the West.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get out of the West. Let's go to where are we going? To the South. Let's run down what happened here. The Falcons traded away longtime quarterback Matt Ryan to the Colts for a third-round pick this year's draft. Correspondingly, they added Marcus Mariota, formerly of the Raiders. They added running back Damian Williams, wide receiver Auden Tate. They added Demir Bird, Calvin Ridley suspended for gambling. I'll leave it at that. Panthers, no really additions or subtractions fantasy-wise. They did re-sign DJ Moore to a 4-year extension. The Saints, they have...
What?
DJ Moore is looking like Allen Robinson at Jacksonville.
Hold on. The Falcons got DJ Moore?
No, Panthers.
Oh, sorry.
Well, the Falcons also got rid of Hayden Hurst, too. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Good look. No, good look. Good look. Saints re-signed Jameis. They signed Andy Dalton. Released Blake Bortles. Buccaneers, we know what happened with Tom Brady. I can't sum that up. Added Russell Gage. Chris Godwin franchise. Signed Lenny to a 3-year extension. Lost Ronald Jones in free agency. I forgot about this one. O.J. Howard to the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
I mean, they were keeping him for nothing.
Yeah. So let's get back to the Falcons. Matt Ryan gone. Nobody was ever happy to draft him in fantasy, but he was always pretty solid. He fell off the past couple of years, but I mean, he was, in his heyday, he was a consistent quarterback for you.
When they had a decent team around him and a good offensive line, when the Falcons were competitive, Matt Ryan was pretty good. Yeah. And the Colts have a pretty good offensive line.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
They might give him some more weapons. I could see them getting a wide receiver in the draft.
I'm with you. They got to address it. That they're looking bleak.
Yeah. I like it. I mean, I don't like it. I don't like it for the Falcons. Mariota had, I think it was one game. It was one game that I remember him stepping in for Derek Carr, and he looked good. But that was a game, They don't. I mean, the Falcons don't want him steering the ship. A lot of people are saying the Falcons are going to go wide receiver. There's no chance they don't go quarterback, if you ask me, in the first round. No, they don't even have a first-round pick.
They have number 8.
They do have number 8?
Yeah.
And then okay. I think there's no chance. They have to go quarterback.
They have number 8, then they have 43.
Dan Dog.
And then 58.
8, 43, 58. There's no chance they don't go quarterback with pick 8. I mean, that's what everybody was saying last year. It was time for them to go ahead and take Matt Ryan's predecessor. Predecessor? Is that?
Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, I mean Mariota is obviously a band-aid. We all know that.
Yeah.
This team is the full rebuild, which makes me feel bad for Kyle Pitts because he's
Yes.
it's one of these players. They're missing. It could potentially be the best part of their career, and it's wasted essentially.
I've been liking Auden Tate for a while. What if
Y'all are sleeping on Scordarrelle Patterson.
Scordarrelle? Yeah, he could do the same thing this year. He could be good again. He could be great again.
Thank God he's great again.
As a Chiefs fan, I do like. I mean, Damian Williams. I feel like he could get in there and do some stuff. Mike Davis. He came over from Carolina last year and did diddly dick. So I definitely.
I mean, he's really slow.
He is slow. Yeah.
So I think Damian Williams could possibly be a nice late round pick and maybe be a fill in for some bye weeks next year. We'll see. And I mean, I'm with Shane on Auden Tate. He's like 6'5". You have Pitts who's 6'5". I mean, get one of these wide receivers in the draft that's another tall guy and just skyscraper fools.
Yeah, or get your little guy. I mean, I think you got to go quarterback first if you're the Falcons. I just think the Falcons will have a different quarterback other than Mariota starting game one.
Ooh.
Can I ask you guys, what do you guys think of Olamide Zaccheaus?
Whatever. I don't think he's
really. Did you watch him at Virginia? Because he played at Virginia. I don't know if you guys know y'all from Richmond.
Nah.
Dude, he's a beast. He played running back and wide receiver. He's like a Curtis Samuel kind of player.
You said the magic words. You love you some Curtis Samuel.
I mean, I love people that can like punt return, kick return, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
Shifty. Just give them the ball and they can get some yak.
Yak it up, bro.
Yep.
Yak it up.
I like Olamide. How you say his name? Olamide. Whatever. All right, you know what I'm talking about. But
yeah.
I actually really like him. I think he's good. He's a good value in drafts this year too.
Well, maybe that's why they didn't.
Doesn't have much target competition either, as we've talked about.
For
and
sure.
He's got confidence to drag targets or drag coverage away from him. I honestly believe in him this year.
That was so I watched a lot of Kyle Pitts, a lot of Falcons games last year, really just trying to see what Kyle Pitts was doing. And dude, they were covering the fuck out of him, man. Like Kyle Pitts dragging coverage away. That's true. True story. And Kyle Pitts last year was going over the middle a lot. And everybody would be converging on him right at the point where the ball was coming to him. They got to find better ways to get him the ball. So I really hope, as somebody who has Kyle Pitts on a team, I really hope they figure something better out.
I'm with you.
It's looking pretty bleak right now.
I'm with you. Well, you go like Arthur Smith is the head coach. He's in his first year last year, where he came from Tennessee, who had Derrick Henry, just a smash, run.
Yeah.
And I guess he's not trying to replicate that. This is a team, Shane, you're talking about a running back going to a team with the 2 second-round picks.
Yeah.
I like a running back here in the second.
Yeah, either one of the Georgia backs would be great. Zamir White or James Cook.
No cap.
Right? Hey, come on, man. No cap.
Kenneth Walker.
No, he ain't.
Zamir White would be fucking amazing there.
Yeah, and it just seems to make sense. The Georgia.
Just stay in Georgia.
Yeah.
Just stay in Georgia. Guys, let's jump to the Panthers. Not too much. DJ Moore 4-year extension. Could they? Well, I mean, what they could take the first quarterback.
Yeah, great chance they do. Where's their first pick?
Number 6.
Yeah, there's a great chance they take the first pick, the first quarterback.
So right now it's Darnold. Again, not much fantasy relevant. I mean, DJ Moore signing is great. I mean, I like DJ Moore. So, and then, I'm good on that if you are.
That's kind of it, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. That's it. real quick.
So McCaffrey back healthy is huge for that team.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully. And then let's jump to the Saints. Not much. Re-signed Jameis Winston. They signed Andy Dalton. Nothing to move the needle on these guys. Hopefully Michael Thomas comes back. This is another team that's rumored to take. They have, with the trade they did with the Eagles, right now they have picks number 16 and 19. So definitely an opportunity to address wide receiver.
This would be a great place for a guy like Garrett Wilson.
I'm with you, 100%.
Jameson Williams,
We're talking about the Saints?
Yes.
Yeah.
They re-signed Traquan Smith, right? And they got Marcus Callaway. And they got Michael Thomas coming back. I don't know about wide receiver for them.
I mean,
They also have little Jordan Humphrey coming back. Little Jordan. Gary's boy. Actually, that's Rodrigo's boy.
That was Rodrigo.
Rodrigo loves this guy.
Little Jordan.
Ride it to the sunset, Stay with your guy.
What do you guys think about Troutman?
I mean, he hasn't had a consistent enough workload to really see, but I don't think he's anything special, just off of the little bit I've seen.
If he stays healthy, I could see him being a tight end 1, but does it really take much to be a tight end 1? Playing 17, playing a full season.
There's a couple good ones this year. We'll see.
So,
it's all about staying healthy. Last year he didn't stay healthy. He was my sleeper tight end last year, but we'll see.
He was a lot of people's sleeper, so I'm with you. Not much on the Saints. Let's go to the Bucks. A lot happened. The Tom Brady again. We don't need. Everybody knows what happened. We don't need to mess with that. Adding Russell Gage, so adding some more depth at wide receiver. Another weapon. Godwin was franchised. Lenny 3 years. So Lenny is definitely the RB1 there. Ronald Jones is gone. They still have Keyshawn Vaughn. They re-signed Gio, I think, too, actually. So, and then OJ Howard went to the Bills. Oh, Gronk is not signed.
Got him.
Gronk is not signed. So right now their starting quarterback is Cameron Brate, which is not great.
Got him with the nuts, boys.
Please edit this out.
At first I thought you were crazy, but now I can see your nuts.
Sorry about that. I had to take a little leak. All right, Gronk is re-signed. Yes, this is good.
Gronk is not re-signed. Right now the starting and only tight end in Tampa Bay is Cameron Brate. So, but Shane, wheels up for Lenny. You got to be stoked about your boy.
It just doesn't feel the same. It just doesn't have the same passion for Lenny that I used to.
I understand.
He doesn't play the same game in Tampa Bay, but yeah, it's not going to just be Leonard Fournette. I know they also have who's the other guy they drafted a few years ago?
Keyshawn Vaughn.
He's a bum.
Keyshawn Vaughn, and so they lost. But think about this too: they lost the guard Ali Marpet. He retired out of nowhere.
Oh shit!
He was
they
still
got the guard out of New York or New England. Take his spot.
Who? Shaq. Shaq Lawson.
Shaq Mason. Yeah.
Shaq Mason. And then the one of the other O linemen, his name is escaping me.
Ryan Jensen.
No, one of the O linemen signed with Cincinnati.
Oh yeah.
I
forget his name, but yeah.
So 2 missing pieces, two starting O linemen from that team are gone.
Yeah.
They'll be all right. They got a good offensive line still.
So, and they have a new coach. That whole coaching.
Oh yeah, Bruce Arians retired.
So,
who is the coach now?
Todd Bowles.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
It is. I thought it was Leftwich.
No, it's Todd Bowles.
Bowles.
Leftwich got promoted, didn't he?
He was offensive coordinator. He interviewed other places, but nothing ever stuck. So. But Arians, he has a job title in the Tampa Bay. It's just not coach. It's I don't know. Put 4 words together.
He had to quit from coaching was it the Steelers or somebody else? Maybe it was the Cardinals back in the day.
Cardinals.
It was the Cardinals because he had something wrong with his heart. It was too stressful.
He's a Virginia Tech alum.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So,
what do you? I mean, Russell Gage, guys. I mean, I liked him on the Falcons.
Nope.
Yeah, Gary loved him, and I thought he was pretty good too.
Now he's sorry, Danny, go ahead.
It's a big note for me down there on the Bucs now. There's way too much. They got Evans. Godwin's going to be healthy, hopefully. I mean, even if he isn't, they still got like Tyler Johnson, Scotty Miller.
Yep.
People that Brady trusts.
Darden, right?
Darden.
Yeah, Jalen Darden. Yeah.
Jalen Darden.
So
I just dropped Tyler Johnson in our league. There's no way he's going to get touches. I don't know.
With all those people, yeah.
Anything else in Tampa Bay, guys? Anything else on the South?
The Panthers, did you guys talk about Tommy Tremble?
Did not. Let me know. Please tell me.
I like him actually this year. Depending on, I don't know what their quarterback situation is going to be. Are they going to have Darnold? Are they going to draft like Sam Howell, who's from Carolina? Which a lot of people are talking about. Maybe they'll go there.
Sam Howell.
But I don't know. It depends on who goes there. We'll see. But I do like Tommy Tremble. Last year, I think he was a rookie. Might be his second year. I think he was a rookie last year. But he's got coaches seem to like him. I don't know. We'll see. It's a garbage down in Carolina too, though. So.
I mean, isn't his whole thing he's got wide receiver like build, but tight end strength?
Yeah, and like we saw with who's the other guy, Ian
Thomas.
Ian Thomas, yeah, he's just not a good tight end. Like he's not a good fantasy tight end.
Yeah.
He got re-signed.
He's more of a blocker.
Mm.
Yeah.
But they showed him like he got a carry for a touchdown last year. That's pretty exciting to see, like in his rookie year. If we could get him some more targets, that'd be cool.
Yeah. All right, to the north.
Let's go north.
The best league. The best division.
Let's go.
The black and blue.
The Lions. DJ Chark. Let's go.
Ooh, let's go, baby. Start it off.
The Bears added Byron Pringle, released Tariq Cohen. Longtime PPR asset in fantasy leagues.
Yeah.
The Moore's guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Packers, Aaron Rodgers 4-year extension. Huge trade, trading Devontae Adams to the Raiders. And then the Vikings, again, nothing. They got Cousins on a 1-year extension. Let's do it. Let's talk about DJ Chark to the Lions. Shane, tell me.
I love it. I mean, I absolutely.
Who doesn't?
Maybe the Jags. I don't know who wouldn't love it. It's great. It's great. They'll draft. They've got Amon-Ra, who is high target, short range guy. They've got DJ Chark. They're going to draft another wide receiver. I would love to see a guy like Drake London. Oh my God, I'd love that. It's gonna be such a great year. I can't wait. I so can't wait.
And they're going to be on Hard Knocks. We even said that on the podcast, though.
They're going to be on Hard Cocks, dude. Oh my God, I can't wait. Me and Tank are going to have a book club. We're going to talk about it every morning.
I can't wait.
I couldn't be more excited. We're still waiting to see. As far as I know, Jamal Williams hasn't re-signed. As far as I know. Craig Reynolds. What's that?
Jamar Jefferson.
That was the guy that got in the 6th round last year. Well, so Craig Reynolds took away all hope for Jamar Jefferson last year, I think. Craig Reynolds is the guy behind Jamal, if you ask me. But I'm not sure about Jamal, but he's going to be an exciting guy to see on Hard Knocks if he is still there.
I love Jamal. He's a funny guy.
He is. He's funny as shit. But there's other good wide receivers there. There's the guy that we got from the Broncos at the end of last season. I can't remember his name.
You got Josh Reynolds again.
Josh Reynolds is back. He could have it. I just like it. Goff's good enough to where I would really like it if they would draft. I'd really like Sam Howell in the end of the first or at 34, a guy who can wait for a year. Goff could play this year. I love it, dude. I think it's great. I mean, I think the Lions really aren't that far off.
Quintus Cephas is coming back too.
I'm not crazy about him, but yeah.
Not crazy about him. I love your honesty, but hey, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, the rushing game.
Khalif Raymond.
That's the guy from the Broncos. Yeah, I like him a lot. He makes clutch catches over the middle. Rushing game is amazing. The offensive line is incredible. There was a game, there is a new offensive coordinator this year, but at the end of last season, when Dan Campbell took over play calling, DeAndre Swift was running a lot. There's a game where I think he had like 23 runs or something crazy like that. And that was when Dan Campbell was doing the play calling. So he's not afraid to just run it a lot when it's working. So I love that.
Sorry, Shane, I know you're a Lions fan, so I got to ask you. What do you think about Jeff Okudah?
I'm worried that it was a wasted pick, but we'll see. I mean, he's going to have to come back at the beginning of next season. To be honest, I'm afraid that pick 2 this year might end up like pick 3 2 years ago, where we missed out on Chase, the guy the Redskins got.
Right.
I'm a little worried that pick 2 is going to end up like that year's pick 3. So, I mean, hopefully he comes back better, because we actually did draft a pretty decent cornerback last year. So if he comes back right, this team's not that far off, dude.
You lost Trey Flowers too, right, in the defense?
Yeah, but he was overpaid and he was not a true Lion. Fuck him.
Yeah. I would love to see Kyle Hamilton go there at 2.
Me too.
I like that.
I think that's the best pick for you guys to take, but that's just me personally.
Yeah. The problem is we didn't get any of these elite pass rushers in free agency. So I think if you're going to have a good safety, you kind of need a good pass rush to pair with them if it's going to be worth it. You know what I mean?
think you need to stack them though. Like Kyle Hamilton's like a can't miss guy. I feel like Thibodeau.
What about his speed now? They're saying his speed isn't elite enough at the NFL level, but I think it's fine.
I've watched his tape, or not. I've not watched his tape, but like I've seen highlights of him, and he looks dominant.
He's awesome.
Everyone's talking about how good he is. Like no one has a bad thing to say about him.
Yeah,
I know a couple of Notre Dame fans. They're just like they're sad he's leaving too because he's so good to that defense. Sorry.
Yeah, Thibodeau's good. The problem with Thibodeau is people say he takes some plays off, and we had that guy Ziggy Ansah. I don't know if you guys remember him from a couple of years ago.
I remember him. Yeah,
he had really good highs, but he had about 6 great plays a game, and that got old quick, you know. So
let's jump to the Bears. Justin Fields is everybody. Everybody wants his stock to the moon. So they added Byron Pringle. So Allen Robinson is gone, freeing up targets. I'm not saying Pringle is going to replace all these targets by any means.
I think he could.
Everybody's hyping him up, and then they added Byron Pringle and fucking Equinamia St. Brown.
Okay, I'm not worried about ESB whatsoever, but I always liked Pringle on the Chiefs. I always thought he was like awesome.
I thought he was solid. I didn't think he was anything good.
He's solid. He's solid.
I think he never shrunk from an opportunity that I saw watching a Chiefs game. And I also like their tight end, and I think he could get more opportunity.
Cole Kmet, he almost he had 93 targets last year.
I think Cole Kmet could get more targets. Pringle should get some targets.
And we can't forget about Darnell.
Oh, yeah. To the Mooney? Oh, yeah, totally. I've been having that nickname for that guy for a while now. Anyway, I think his stock is going to go way up. But I was talking to Morg earlier. I was trying to get Khalil Herbert off of Morg because it's going to be a lot for Montgomery. And I think Khalil Herbert, you guys, this is going to be a big year for him. I really think it's going to be a big split between the two.
So last year was Montgomery with 225, Khalil 103 on the attempts. I mean, that's up there for Montgomery. That's a lot.
Yeah.
It's no Derrick Henry, but I mean, come on.
There were a couple games, or there was at least one game. I know week 7, Montgomery missed. I was watching highlights of Khalil today, week 7. But, I think there may have been more than one complete games that he missed. But there was a pretty good split. And that was with Tariq Cohen, with Damian Williams. Yeah, Damian Williams. And both of those guys are gone now. So I agree with what Dan said. This is a team that could use a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. This is a team I want to see Drake London go to.
Oh, they don't have their first.
Oh, damn.
The Giants have it.
Oof.
They can still pick up some guys later on.
Yeah, there's plenty of guys later.
They don't pick until 39. But yeah, I mean, definitely there could be like a Skye Moore or somebody like that there.
Dan's boy, Christian Watson.
Christian Watson could be there. Absolutely.
All right, Bears are boring.
Let me run this back by you guys. Let's back to the moon one time. He had we were talking about him, stock rising. He had 140 targets last year, guys. Unless he goes up to Cooper Kupp, 190 targets.
That was with Allen Robinson on the team too, like playing games too.
Barely. Something happened. There was something going on behind the scenes with Allen Robinson. They hated him.
I agree with you.
So,
but also, something might not have been right with Allen Robinson too last year.
Yes,
they didn't hurt or injured or something too.
Very well could be true.
I'm with you. All right, let's go to the Packers. The Vikings, there's nothing to talk about. Kirk Cousins, 1-year extension.
New coach, yeah.
Right now, the Packers starting wide receivers are probably Amari Rodgers, a third rounder they took last year, and Randall Cobb.
But it doesn't matter because they got 2 firsts.
Yeah. So they're obviously going wide receiver with, they have number 22, I think. 22 and 28 guys.
Okay.
They're taking wide receiver at 22. Automatically, right?
And 28?
I think they should.
Dude, what if they do?
This is an organization that hasn't taken wide receivers early since I can't even remember.
Yeah, but this is my conspiracy theory. The reason Aaron Rodgers came back is because they said, look, we're going to let you in the draft room with us, and you're going to get to tell us, who you want us to draft.
No, he came back because, you're going to pay $50 million? Okay, cool.
Nah.
You don't give a fuck.
What did the Broncos pay Russ?
He's still on his contract. He's still on his
traded for him.
Yeah. This is my conspiracy. Nothing will change my mind. Rodgers is taking part in these picks.
I mean, who's to say he hasn't been taking part in these picks?
Jordan Love.
I mean, after that one.
Yeah.
As soon as that happened, everyone knew, last year, he was probably taking part in the picks last year. I'm guessing that he was hoping Devontae would stay. Devontae turned down more money from Packers to go to Vegas. So it's just Devontae didn't even want to play with Rodgers.
Devontae always dreamed of being a Raider. They said that was his lifelong dream.
And he's playing with his college teammate.
His college quarterback, yep.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah, that's definitely a dream for him.
Yeah.
They're getting Chris Olave. and he will be the wide receiver 1 this
Do you
year.
think he falls to 22?
Yeah.
Skye Moore. They're projecting Skye Moore to go there. That's what I'm hearing.
I've seen him all over the place. I literally have. I've seen him go to this in the first round. I've seen him fall to the second round.
I need to watch more tape.
I thought
Skye Moore and Chris Olave.
Dude, Chris Olave's nice. He is nice.
Their fucking starting outside receiver is Juwan Winfrey right now.
Who? Packers?
Yeah.
It's gross.
That don't mean nothing, man. That's
They have to take one, and then they need to find a second one. If they should draft 2, they should. I mean, who's left? Odell and Jarvis.
Jarvis
they need to retire Randall Cobb because he ain't shit, and just put Amari Rodgers in there.
Dude, don't you think Jarvis would be great there?
No. Yes.
He would take Randall Cobb's spot and be an upgrade for a year.
Yeah, Jarvis would be good there. Randall Cobb is like a fucking corpse just playing wide receiver.
Dude, he was pretty fine last year.
I mean, they go to the NFC Championship and lose. But right now they're not making the playoffs with the wide receiver core that they have.
This is why the Lions plus 1,200 is a good bet.
They're going to be, or the Vikings, whatever they're at, is a good bet.
That's how you guys have been keeping my guitar in my car lately.
No.
To play some depressed songs by the Lions.
Well, it's really good for traffic jams.
I like that.
So it's just music in your car.
That's what I'm saying. If you get into a traffic jam.
You just play Dave Matthews? Oh, traffic jam.
I think the big thing about this Packers team is that Aaron Jones is going to have a big role this year.
Absolutely.
I think he's a steal in like just regular redrafts too this year.
Actually,
because the splits with Adams and Jones playing games, Jones would get a lot more targets, a lot more touches during the games that Adams missed.
Totally. He would play the Devontae Adams role sometimes.
Yeah.
A couple years. I remember like 2 years ago, Devontae Adams missed a couple games, and Aaron Jones basically was Devontae Adams. He was split wide.
And they don't need him to play running back because they have AJ Dillon back there now too.
And they have Kylan Hill, who got injured last year, who's a good backup to AJ Dillon. Yeah, you're right. That's a point.
A lot to unfold about the Packers.
Yeah.
But if I'm a betting man, they're taking a wide receiver.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
Did we talk about the Vikings yet? I don't think we talked about the Vikings, did we?
We didn't talk about because there's not really anything to talk about. Do you have something you want to talk about?
Hold on. Yes,
I'm all ears, boss.
I'm not talking about Adam Thielen. I'm not talking about Justin Jefferson. We know they're going to be good. Oh, my internet's kicking out. All right, hold on.
We got Cousins re-signing, and that's, as far as I know, that's about it.
Dalvin's still there, and Madison's still there.
KJ Osborne, is that the guy's name?
Yeah, KJ Osborne's the guy I want to talk about. What do y'all think about him? Is he a Jag?
Yeah,
as far as I know.
Oh, this is the guy I want to talk about. Irv Smith.
Ooh,
Gary's boy.
Irv. Yeah. So do you think he makes like another step?
Yes.
He's only 23, I think, this year.
Yeah.
That's really young, dude. That perks my interest, dude.
Yeah.
Good call.
Because last year was supposed to be his year, and then he got hurt right before the season.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I traded him away after that. I was like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I don't want him to get overhyped. What I'm afraid of is it's the same thing that happened last year. He got overhyped before the season started. So then it was, I think people are a little too high on him. But if expectations kind of stay where they ought to be, I think, yeah, he could be a good guy.
I mean, new team, new coach. I mean, not new team, but new coach. So, some stuff could change. But I mean, Justin Jefferson's getting the ball.
Yeah.
Dalvin Cook's going to run until he gets hurt. So
That's Madison's time. Yeah, dude, he runs a 4.46 for a tight end. That's pretty good. He's
yeah,
23 right now. 4.6, sorry. 4.640.
oh yeah.
Just saying. And then if Madison gets hurt, it's time for Kene Wongwu.
I like that. I actually
Dude,
do. I like
he's
Kenny
bad.
Wongwu.
Yeah.
He's a good kick returner. If he gets some touches, that'd be fucking dope.
Watch out.
I was like looking over the draft last year. I saw you got him in the 5th round last year, Shane.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did you have him on your taxi squad?
Yeah.
Still?
Still.
Nice.
Yeah.
Boys, I think that wraps it up for the NFC.
I think you're right.
That was a good time.
It's hot fire.
We are 2 weeks away from the draft.
Hey, are we gonna make this trade, Dan?
What trade are we talking about?
I give you 107. You give me the 9th pick and the 13th pick.
No.
Fair enough.
Ooh.
You gotta give me one pick back too, on top of it. Like maybe later.
I give you the okay.
Guys, let's leave this hanging. Let's end this pod. We can keep talking. Everybody, thank you for listening. We will be back. We're definitely gonna do a pod. We're gonna do our NFL mock draft, and we might fit another pod in there in between. We will be back, guys. Check out this is our NFC free agency recap. We will have our AFC free agency recap. That was done by Ty and Gary. That should be on the airwaves soon, as long as this one. Guys, thank you for listening. www.thefluke.com. Just search The Fluke on Spotify and iTunes and Podbean. I think you can even listen to them on YouTube now.
IG? We on the gram?
Soon to be on
We on TikTok?
Soon to be.
You can make that. You can make that, guys. Signing off. I am the commish, Joshua T.A. Hicks. I am on Twitter at jhicks804. Shane at Cheers Here's Beers.
Yep, if I can get it back.
We're gonna unlock that, and then guys, hit up Dan D Webster 341. Thank you guys for listening, and good night.
Later.